works. That works.
Perfect. Oh my goodness.
It's been a journey getting here. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so as you can see, this is Diaries of a Locked Woman. It's basically conversations about your diary of having locks, sister locks. Wait, what kind of locks do you have?
I'm like in between. So a lot of people say I have sister locks, but they act a lot like traditional locks, if that makes sense. So I'm literally like right in between sister locked and traditional locked. Okay.
So I have a few questions here. Sorry. So for those that are joining or gonna see this later, Diaries of a Locked Woman is where we talk about in-depth conversations on misconceptions of what everyone wants to know about locks, or what it takes, or what it means to even have locks. And so just a few questions. So she just explained what kind of locks she has. But what inspired you to even have locks, or what made you want to get locks? You know, usually like, oh, let me get braids, but you're like, I want permanent locks. Like, what made you step into that?
I think it was just like the next chapter. Like, I have been natural, like majority from, I believe, most of my high school years, my teenage years, I was natural. And then everybody else started going natural. And I was like, I want to do something else. I need to do something with my hair. And I think at a point in time where I was really tired of styling it, because I don't know if I was getting lazy or what, but I wanted my hair to be in its purest form possible. Also, it started like locking up a lot naturally. So I was like, okay, you want to do this? This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it my way. And then I just started my locks just like that. I kind of messed up on them though.
What made you want to pick specifically interlocks / sister locks?
One, because I wanted to save a little bit more money on products, because at the time, I know palm rolling, I thought you needed gel for it, or like products for it. And I didn't want to use any products because I was broke. So I just decided to do interlocking, and I found that it was a lot easier for me, and I liked the look of it. So.
Okay, interesting. So for those that don't have locks or that do have locks, how long do you think it takes to do your hair each day? Like when you get up, like, you know, you wake up, you're like, okay, take this bonnet off, let's get to styling. Like, what do you do?
I'm literally 5 seconds. If I'm feeling like really artistic, like I'll do something with my hair, but majority it's like this, how people see it now. Unless I'm like braiding it a night before to make it curly, but other than that, this is it.
Wow. Okay. I know for me, it's literally taking the bonnet off and just going.
That's it.
It's just going. You know, I don't do any sprays, no nothing. So wow. Okay.
Beautiful.
So how many times a month would you say you like wash your hair? Like, because I notice people are I've gotten questions asked a lot, like, do you wash your hair? Like,
yeah, like I literally had somebody tell me actually recently at one of my jobs, like, you do a stereotype of people who have locks, basically saying that I'm dirty, or like locks get moldy. And she said the only people who have locks are the ones with mold in it. And I was like, girl, what? Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Mold? Okay, I'm obviously they don't have locks.
Right? No, she was a white woman. I'm sorry. Anybody who's watching it, but like, she was blonde hair, white woman, and she could not for the life of her understand what locks are. And she was like, oh, then that means you have mold in your hair. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. No, I don't. Anyway, sorry, I got a little heated.
So you must have been through that crisis where people would just randomly touch your hair without your permission.
Oh, even before I had locks, yeah. I had one time I was working at Applebee's, and this woman literally grabbed my hair and yanked it behind me, just like without my permission, like, without any warning.
Your hair?
Yeah, no, literally. She was like, I was walking her to her seat, and she like yanked me, and I flew back, and she was like, "Oh, your hair is so pretty." I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm not a petting zoo. You can't just like yank my hair."
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. That's crazy. I've never heard that story. I mean, I've seen people say, like, when are you going to take your braids out? Do you wash your hair? And then they want to ask if they can touch it because I guess the texture seems interesting to them,
Yeah.
but never
Like,
yanking.
yeah, no, I've had it all. I had people literally just pull my hair, just like touch it or like pet me. Um, but I wash my hair probably well, now I used to wash it once a month, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm just washing it whenever I feel like it. So I'm trying to I don't do it every too often, but I do it more often than I used to.
So I guess my question personally is like when it comes to like washing your hair, do you is there something that your hair, because everyone's different, right? So
Yeah.
is there something that your hair does or tells you that's like, yo, I need to be washed? Because
Yes.
dandruff or funk, or like what does your hair tell you that you're like, okay, I need to wash it? Because once a month for me,
Hmm.
because I work out like 5 days a week, that's
Yeah.
like hell to
It's
the
a it's,
no.
it's a lot. Like,
So
yeah.
yeah.
So for me, I don't really get dandruff. So if I know if I do get dandruff, like that's dire. Like something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mostly the time my hair when so you can see like sometimes my hair is like really shiny naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So when my hair starts to dull in its color or in its shine, I'm like, okay, I need to wash it. Usually,
Okay.
hmm
So
and
that
that's
makes sense.
hmm
So you get that natural shine.
hmm
Okay. So wow, interesting. Because I guess for me, it's always if I really didn't wash and I skipped like weeks on end and I didn't wash my hair, it's usually my mother. That's my alert. She's like, your hair stinks. Your hair stinks. Because
I
like sometimes I can't really tell because
yeah
again because I've been working out 5 days a week for like 2-3 months already,
yeah.
and I honestly have been washing my hair like now 2 times a week almost, and it's ridiculous.
See, yeah. See, I'm realizing a lot of people are different with their locks. So there's not just one, like 1 month or once a week or whatever. And at first, I think everybody, like with natural hair, anybody in the comments can relate. Like, you're told a specific time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really not true. You just do it when you feel like you need to do it. Like with my mom's hair, her hair gets, she doesn't absorb a lot of products in her hair, so her hair gets dirty easily.
Okay.
Versus mine absorbs everything and anything, so my hair doesn't really like get dirty that quickly. If
That
that
makes
makes sense.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny because I kind of like went online to figure out how to, if anybody else can relate in the comments, you can always like type questions or anything. But I looked up how to take care of how to wash SisterLocks, and it was literally the how-to website saying how to wash your hair and when to wash your hair. And it just
Yeah.
it just made me laugh because again, when it comes to natural hair, whether you're locked or not, there's really no, oh, you have to wash your hair exactly at this date or these times at certain times in the month. Like nobody can tell you when to wash your hair.
For real.
Like because your hair is different than someone else's. Your hair reacts differently in certain
Yeah.
climates or conditions and whatnot. So that's just very and again and it also goes with versus north versus south.
Yeah.
Humidity east versus west. So that
So
definitely.
if a hairstylist tells you, I think the only time you should be mindful of washing your hair is when you start your locks, because then it unravels itself. But
Mhm.
after that, once it fully forms, just come up with your own regimen. Don't you know follow what people are supposed to be telling you.
Exactly. So another question I have is what are your locks a symbol of? Like what is it a symbol of?
That's a
Or
good
is it a
question.
symbol?
um, so a lot of the times, I'm actually having kind of like a disconnect with my locks a little bit. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the time, it used to resemble my, I guess, me, like genuinely, like I don't know if people ever told you, oh my gosh, your locks are so pretty, your locks are so pretty. And for me, because I have that disconnect, it's like, oh, my hair is pretty, but I'm not pretty. if that makes sense.
That does make
Yeah.
sense. You get a lot of say, oh my gosh, your hair is gorgeous.
Your hair. And I get that a lot on my YouTube channel too. Like everybody's complimenting my hair. And I'm like,
right.
hair too. But versus for my mom, when people compliment her hair, she's having like the reverse effect. Like, cause she identifies now with her hair finally. But for me, I think I'm just trying to find myself away from my hair, which is kind of hard to do, but you know, it's on my head.
So
but
I guess you're trying to say like your hair is the symbol of you, meaning like when someone sees you, they see your hair, they just see your hair. That's kind of like that's been kind of with me. I think it was a stage for like when I went blonde. And a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, you see that blonde girl, the girl with blonde locks?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got a name. I just don't have locks. So
right.
But you're known for your hair. That's what you're known for. You know.
Yeah,
it's
and I know
brand.
that. Which is why I've been trying to like it is my brand, and I made that my brand. So it's my own fault. But now I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of want to, and I think that's why I've struggled with shaving my hair off so much. Because I'm trying to find myself beyond my hair. Like when people see me, I want to be like, oh, you're so pretty.
Right,
not,
exactly.
Like this is so pretty.
Like they recognize you, and they're not just focused on your hair or what's on your head. Now they're looking at your eyes versus looking at your hair the whole time. It's
like having somebody with a big butt or big boobs. Like you're not just your boobs or your butt, you know.
that makes sense. I get you there. So what does it mean to have locks? Like, what does it mean to have locks to you? Like, if someone were like that doesn't have locks come up to you and says, what does it mean to have locks?
Honestly, freedom. Like the freedom for me, it was the freedom to just get up and go and just, you know, leave my hair as it is and not focusing on, like, do you know how much time I was spending on styling my hair every morning and just trying to look cute versus
I know
just
how you feel there.
Yeah. Just letting my hair do whatever it wants to do and just get up and go and just leave it. Like,
let hair be hair.
Yeah, let hair be hair and just stop focusing on like trying to have a certain style or stay with the trends and trying to look cute. Just like whatever. Just okay, take it off, whatever.
I mean, do you do that with your locks now when it comes to, because I know there's a lot of people, there's a back and forth about do you have locks to style it or do you have locks to let it grow and be hair?
Okay, so I have a controversial kind of saying. I don't know how people are going to take it, but I'm going to say it. I've noticed, because I was a hairstylist for a very long time before I just quit and stopped during like 2020, that I noticed a lot of, you know how people used to wear wigs and fake hair, they still do that, but to have that straight look, I realized a lot of people are starting to do that to have that whitewashed look, you know what I mean?
The whitewash look with locks or?
No, yeah, like to have it straight or like down, or have it like, instead of embracing like, hey, this is your hair, this is the way it looks. Everybody is focused on how to have that perfect look, to structure it a certain way, rather than just like, hey, embrace your natural hair in its full intention. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times I had people complain like, oh, my hair is too fluffy, or it's too frizzy, or it's too this. And I'm like, but that's your hair though. Like that's the beauty of our hair. It is the way it is. Versus they want it to be like,
no, I can get what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
when it comes to having locks, it's kind of like most people's relationships. When it comes to a relationship, they like the idea of it, not the actuality of it.
Yes.
So with locks, they like the idea of having locks, but they don't like the commitment, what it takes to have locks.
Like
and
the whole ugly
that
stage
it may
thing.
have, you know?
Yeah, like this whole ugly stage. I'm like, there is no ugly stage.
Is there? People are like, oh, I don't want to go through the ugly stage. Excuse me, if you know anybody with locks, they would not say there's an ugly stage.
Yeah, I didn't have an ugly stage. I
love
the whole journey. And they're like, well, I don't like that it's frizzy or that it's poofy. And I'm like, that's your hair.
I think it's the parts. Like, there's too many parts and like gaps so you can see your scalp kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like.
I'm just like, to me, I think they like the end product because it looks more structured and neat or whatever. but they don't like the journey that is locks.
What
And
it
that's
takes to get there.
what it takes to get there and what it's actually going through. A lot of people want to have locks because they don't want to take care of their hair. And that's a big thing that I've noticed, is that nobody wants to take care of their hair.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, I want to do this because I'm tired of taking care of it. And I'm like, you still got to take care of it. Like, this isn't like, if you don't want to take care of it, shave off your hair. But like, this isn't like,
it's not like, oh, let me get locks and then not do anything to it. Like,
yeah, they're trying to
take care of your hair.
They're treating it as like a weave or a wig. Like, oh, we can just slip it on and just not worry about it.
It's kind of like getting, like you were saying in real, it was like getting goddess locks. A lot of people like goddess locks. Mm-hmm. You know, just put it on, take it out.
Yeah.
No commitment issues. Just keep it for cuteness, and that's it.
And it's really frustrating. And I couldn't tell you how many clients wanted locks and then realized like how frizzy it was getting and like the transition part of it. And they're like, oh, I don't like it. I don't want it. I'm like, what did you expect?
Exactly. Like, what did you expect to have?
Yeah, like, this is your hair. This is not like, I'm not styling you. This is a transition. Like,
I think when people like the style, for me, I feel like if I were to have traditional locks, I would probably like the styling of the hair because, you know, it's not as much volume as SisterLocks, but it's good enough volume to still style your hair. But for me, when I style my hair with SisterLocks, for me, it's just really tight. I can't keep that tightness all day. Like, I'll like put curl rods in my hair to curl it, and just that whole night, it's just too much tension. I don't know how people can do it.
Just me curling my hair and putting braids on it. Like, my hair has had it hurts so bad for me now. And I used to not be tender-headed. So this is like like this, just braiding it is a lot. So, and I can't see how people just be styling it so tightly all the time and doing those like really I mean, it's nice, it's pretty, but that damages your locks over time. But to them, it's like, oh, I just want like to look cute and have this certain, you know.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah. How long did it take for your locks to completely lock up? Because I know everyone's different.
Yeah, I think to get to the way it looks now, I think on my 3rd or 4th year, like it completely, I think my 4th year for sure, it completely just, it's no longer changing anymore.
Right.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say, I want to say 3.5 to 4 years is when my hair started finally growing like a weed versus locking up completely. Because I feel like that's when I started to truly see my inches just start growing versus just waiting it for, because I had a lot of curlier ends still. I mean, I still have a few curly ends, but I had like a lot of curly ends. And with me, I just try not to look at my hair because I know I'm gonna pick at it with the length.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, definitely 3.5 to 4 years. I heard someone say on YouTube one day, they were like, once 4 years hit for SisterLocks, you know your hair is gonna just start growing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't wait. Now I'm just like, okay, let's go. Let's keep it.
Right. I was about to say, I actually had the reverse effect. Like, my hair grew like weed for about the 4 years. And now, I know for at least the 3 years for sure. And then it's starting to slow down in its 4th year for me. Which is great because I'm really tired of interlocking it every single more than 1 month.
You do your own hair.
Yeah, I do my own hair. So I'm like, I just need you to slow down a little bit.
No, I get my hair retyped by someone, but when I did do my hair for like, I would say 16 to 17 months out my journey, I did everything in my power to not get my hair to grow. I was like, no biotin, no collagen, no anything. I don't want no apple cider vinegar, no nothing.
Yeah. No, like, and I do 3 heads in my household. I do 3 different locks in my household alone. So I'm like, every month it's somebody. And I'm like, it's not going to be me.
I feel like at that point, you truly can't control how much your hair grows.
Yeah.
If you really want your hair to grow like fast, because I've seen people, with Sisterlocks, it's usually about, I would say, between 6 to 10 years that it takes your hair to get to the top of your butt.
Yeah.
Like by your waist.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, max for me is 10 years. I know for sure I'm already gonna be there for 10 years because I'm
Yeah,
already
me too.
way past my halfway back. So it's just,
yeah.
it's
Same.
crazy how we started around the same time. And now I'm like looking at you like, oh my gosh, like your hair is growing.
Right. Our hair is so long now. We thought, and we've been waiting. And here's something like I want to tell people, anyone who watches this later or now, enjoy your journey. Like that's one thing I would have done more. And it's like instead of focusing like I want my hair to be this long and this long and this long and this long, and now it's this long, and I'm like, man, it's hot. Like,
listen, every day
so
I'm in the ponytail. No kid. Like my hair is, I do not like my hair down. Like I don't have it down now, but my hair was in a ponytail or in a bonnet.
My hair was in a bun earlier before I took it down.
It's to the point where my hair is in a bun the whole time until I'm ready to get it retied. And then when I get it retied, it's back to the bun. So I don't never know how long my hair is because it's always in a bun.
Like I can't, girl. Like
because these lint problems are ridiculous.
It's I can't look at my hair for long periods of time because I'm like I can't.
I'm gonna just like
this. Yeah.
Listen.
I see you. Yeah.
What is something you truly enjoy about your loc journey?
Oh.
Or like how long have you been loc first?
Since 2016.
16. What month do you?
I'm like May or March. I think it was. I think it was May. I'm starting to lose track. I just like 2016.
It was definitely before me because mine was 2016, July 21st.
Okay, so then it might have been in
about 5 years. 5 years and a couple months.
Yeah, it might have been in March. So maybe on my 5th year, about to go on my 6th year.
Yeah, in March. Okay. Yeah, March. So what for sure like did you truly enjoy about your loc journey?
I would say, I enjoyed because I started, my YouTube channel with my locks, and I enjoyed, discovering that and just really at the time being okay with identifying myself with my hair and it not be such a stigma because I was natural before the natural hair movement. Mm-hmm. So I got a lot of backlash for having natural hair. And so it was like the first time I was getting compliments. And then now I think I'm just enjoying really finding my beauty beyond my hair, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Man, 5 years. That's the journey because looking back at pictures and videos, you just like, my God. Wow. Like,
have you ever looked back at your old videos and you're like, wow.
Yeah, no, I look back at my first video I made on YouTube. It was when I was about 3 to 4 months loc. That's when I actually started my YouTube. And I was monotone the whole entire time. My voice was low. I was like, how do people even like watching that video? I don't understand.
Right. I was like, why do you watch me? Oh my goodness.
Goodness. Things we go through in our journey is ridiculous. Because for me, it's always like I've been asked questions about, does your hair, does it thin? Because thinning is like an issue with people that have tiny locks. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, my locks honestly aren't tiny. If anything, they're a little bit bigger than the normal size. They're probably tiny up here in the front, but if you go and dig in my head in the middle, it's like a normal size loc. Like almost people confuse it with traditional locks sometimes. Like, oh, those are dreadlocks. I'm like, thank you, but they're SisterLocks.
Right. I've never had an issue with thinning. I think I've
never had an issue, but I was just asking,
Oh yeah. No, I was just saying, I don't think I've ever had an issue with thinning, because I was so when I did my research and getting locked, I was so hyper aware of it that I was like, oh no, we're not doing this. The only time I've actually had, I guess, quote unquote thinning is because when I shaved the back of my hair, Part of my locks got clipped, but
Oh.
yeah, because I was so mad. I was so mad. But other than that, I try very hard not to thin or whatever. And I think that goes to like anybody who's having an issue with thinning, just make sure you really are adamant about it. Like figure out what's the problem if it's high tension. So the placement of the lock is really where you can tell what's going on. Like if it's at your root, then there's something going on with either internally or your scalp or something that's going on with that. If it's usually anywhere beyond your lock, it's usually a problem with what you're doing to your hair.
So I haven't posted this. I haven't posted about this before or never told anybody. But I have this one hair strand. I'm not sure if it's me or if that's just my hair, but you can tell my hair is curly. Look at that.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like this unraveled though. That's the thing.
My
And
sister's
it's the
hair
only one that I have.
My sister's hair does the same thing. When she cuts her locks, her ends just like completely unravel. But she has a looser curl texture than both my mom and I. And I think people who have like a little bit of a looser curl pattern tend to do that. You just got magic hair. I don't know how you do it.
At least luckily that was the only one, because nothing else is unraveling, which is perfect. But then again, I'm looking back at like the strand that though is not locked. It makes me now think like, well, what if my hair wasn't locked? Like, what did it look like if the whole head was like
I
that?
had that same, yeah. I'm like, I kind of miss
So like, let me just cut it, and my next hairstyle was like a short curly look.
thing.
That's exactly what I want to go for.
When I can no longer do my hair is when I will probably shave it off.
So, question: air dry or blow dry?
Oh, well, actually, no, I blow dry now. A lot of the times I used to air dry before, but my hair has now gotten so much longer and it takes even more time and it's hot. And especially because it's getting cold and I don't want to get sick, I blow dry now. But even with blow drying, it doesn't, like, when I tell you my hair holds on to everything. Yes, like I will squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and I'll be squeezing for like at least 2 days straight.
Do you use like a squeeze cap? Like like the the microfiber towels?
I haven't had one before, so
I have two. I put two of those bad boys on my hair. After I like wring out my hair, I put two of those on, and I just have it sitting there for a good couple minutes, and then my hair turns to damp.
See, I need one of those because.
But your potency, what's your potency? Is it low? Because if your hair is like taking in a lot of moisture and water and stuff, that means your potency isn't low.
No, I don't think it's low.
I have low. That's why. That's why I only use oils and moisturizers when my hair is damp, because my hair doesn't take it in while it's dry or something.
Oh, okay. No, I think mine is extremely high. Because it will absorb everything, and it takes if I'm air drying, it will literally take me 3 days straight to actually fully air dry. Wow. And usually I just put oils on there, my scalp, and then just kind of let it do its own thing.
Okay. Have you looked into like the hair the blow dryer stands where you put your head in it?
I want one.
I was thinking about getting one, but I wasn't too sure if it was like cheap to get or was it worth getting.
The ones that I saw, at least the good ones, were quite expensive. So I'm like, one day I'll get one. But
I did see this one this girl got. She was like in the beginning of her stage, and it basically you put your hair inside of it and you turn it on, and it's supposed to straighten your hair.
Oh, I saw that.
But also dry at the same time. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know how that will work if it'll be okay with locks, but
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if it's gonna straighten my hair, but at the same time, my hair is already locked up. So
right, so I'm like, how is it going?
Yeah,
if you do get it, do a video.
Listen, I think like $400 some odd. I'm like, yes, maybe if I get sponsored. Tell us about your journey. So just the overall, like, oh, I don't have any locks. What should I know? Kind of thing.
One, figure out the reason why you're doing it. If you're doing it to have a certain look or a style, like saying like without really knowing the journey for it, don't do it. If you're doing it for because you don't want to do your hair anymore, don't do it. I'm like, if you're doing it just to look like somebody else, don't do it. It should be, that's just my advice, and from the experiences that other people I've done with other people's hair, they always end up like regretting it and taking it out after because it wasn't what they expected. Do it because this is your journey and this is something that you want to do. And
Right.
that's how mine was. This wasn't like I did look at other people's locks, but this was more so my journey in my next stage in my hair.
Okay.
I see your hair's already in the bun.
Listen, it was bothering me because this romper has so much lint on it that it has bald. You can just pick off the lint.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
does
just
this shirt.
bothering me because now it's on my.
Also, yeah, another thing, people don't really understand the lint problem.
The lint is a whole thing, bro. Like, you don't
And
understand.
the longer your hair gets, the worse it gets. I'm telling you, if you think about getting locks, keep that in mind. You will not avoid it. I promise you, you're not going to avoid it.
I think I see women on YouTube that have had their locks for over 13 years and they still deal with lint issues.
Yeah.
Still.
And it gets worse. As I noticed, like, since my hair has gotten longer, it just gets worse. And I'm just like, you know what? As long as I can't see it badly on the outside.
It's to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just dye it later on. Or when it gets long, I can just cut that off. Fresh batch of hair coming through already.
I honestly don't want my hair to get any longer than this. Like,
No,
I think
no. I want
my
my hair to get. So I'm gonna do a limb check real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Also, hi everybody that's joined.
Okay. So my hair. Oh wait, I have to take it down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my hair is like here.
Mm-hmm. It's almost, ooh,
Here.
girl.
So it's almost there.
Ooh, hi from Italy.
It's almost there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like here. This is like my longest one right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit longer because I really want it. I really want it by my butt.
And then that's it.
Hi from Italy. Hi, how are you? I hope all is well.
Oh, that's my best friend, Mongolia Maze. Hi guys.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I think I did want it by my butt, but I think
Did you cut it? Did you cut your hair?
no, not yet. But I think with how my hair is now, I might have reached my peak. I'll see how it is by my butt. I'm not gonna cut it just yet, but I think I hit my sweet spot with the length I have now.
I want to go further. I want to see how long my hair can go. If it can go past my butt a little bit, I'll be fine with that. Mm-hmm. Because my hair, again, is not going to be down all the time either way. So, if anything, I'm trying to show you the other style that I usually put my hair in to make it look shorter for the moment. Oh, and I get these. Let me see if I have another one. Yeah, I get these ties. See how thick they are? Mm-hmm. Because these things right here, they collect lint over time on it. But these, like the material that is made with, is not as like collected with lint.
Right. That's smart. That's a good thing you caught that.
Yeah, that's what I do. I saw you made a video with you moisturizing your hair. Mm-hmm. Was your hair damp or was it, Oh, see, look.
Which video was that one?
I think it was, I don't know, I think it was like a TikTok or maybe it was on Instagram, but you were just like showing the products you were using, you were spraying on, and you said you can make a video later about it.
Okay. Yeah. No, my hair, no, I think my hair was completely dry at that point. I think I just took it down from like a bun. So when I do that, my hair is a lot fluffier and it's like really pretty. I mean, not anymore because it's so long, but like, yeah, it wasn't damp at that point. It was like, I think it was fairly dry. I think.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this
Because
is.
that was an extremely old video. That wasn't anything recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is the style I normally have, so it looks like my hair is like this
Mm-hmm.
versus like long all the way. So in a way, I can have my hair down, but it's like at my neck versus touching my clothes.
Right. I like that style.
Yeah.
You should do a video on that.
I just did.
All right, sorry.
I don't know what it is, but style videos, I'm just not good at style videos. I don't know how to do it.
I've been straying away from hair videos in general anyway. So like, yeah, I do it when I get questions about my hair, but I kind of, like I said, I don't want to do hair videos anymore. I think I took it as long as I could take it. Like I've said everything I wanted to say.
I understand what you mean by that.
I'm not going to repeat myself 50 times.
There's only so much you can say on YouTube.
Yeah.
That talks about locks, this, locks, that, locks, this, locks, that.
How many times do I need to wash my hair?
What else do you want to know? Why don't we just have a conversation? Let's just talk, because it's just making a whole video of repeating of what another person is saying. I get it. It's your opinion, but it's just like it gets boring after a while. It's like, my gosh, what else?
I want to get excited, about making videos. So I just started doing like cooking videos for fun. But my first video got copyright claimed, so that was fun. But I think I enjoy that a lot more because I'm not really like that adverse in cooking.
Right.
But I still end up doing a hair video anyway. And now people want more questions. And I'm like, oh, dang it.
Well, yeah.
Which is fine.
I mean, at the end of the day, what I tell my people is, wherever you start is not how you end. Because it isn't how you end, but how you start, it's not where you start, but it's how you end. It's because it's not where you start, because you be starting off short and then your hair ends off long and whatnot. So yeah, that's definitely true for the locks. But I'm glad you could join me on my first episode of Diaries of a Locked Woman. Yay! So, for those that are watching later, there will be we have a panel of so many different women coming to our stage. We'll have let me get this out here. So we'll have Shanti, we'll have Dark and Lovely. We're gonna have
That's gonna be fun.
Miss Jam Good. We're going to have I'm not sure if we're going to have J Renee, Petite Locks, Telly Renee. So we're going to have like a few people also coming onto the live with me. We're going to even have like Aria. I'm not sure if everybody also looks at people that have freeform locks, but she's very known with locks.
That's a great idea.
Her to come on here.
I said that's a great idea.
I'm trying to have like a genre full of different types of locks and not just focused on sister locks, because I know people are interested in wanting to know what it's like to have. I'm even wanting to know what it's like to have freeform locks. Because that's a big even though it's not a lot of maintenance, taking care of the afro and how the hair forms into the lock, that's a lot of work. Yeah,
that's definitely. But I think what you have here is like, this is a fantastic idea. I think you can go like really far with this for sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see it. I'm hoping to see it through. So join us again either tomorrow or Monday, there'll be a post after every live. There'll be a post on the next person that's going to be joining us. So you can be aware, alarmed, and know what's going to go on. If you have any questions for the future contendants that are going to come up here, just please let me know so that we can then talk about it in the live and whatnot ahead of time. So again, thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.